Hello everyone, it's Joe here, and I've been thinking quite a lot about teachers, teaching, surprise, surprise. That's all I think about. So once again, here we are back on the road. So there's time for a couple of thoughts. So the first thing I would like to say is teachers, try not to put success or your students' success on the basis of whether you feel happy or sad or even proud of whether they achieve or not, right? Don't put it against that prism. Okay, so what I mean by that is that if a student is struggling with a concept, it is not your job to say it would make me really happy if, etc. It would make me really sad if we don't try hard. This is borderline emotional blackmailing, okay? And I use that label a bit loosey-goosey. I don't mean that people are intentionally blackmailing the students, but there's a level of subconscious trading off here that I personally don't appreciate. At the end of the day, it should be not about your feelings as the teacher, but about the student's feelings as the person going through the process of learning. I'll give you an example. Recently, my child was attending a lesson, and the teacher made a comment on, well, he's doing well in this part of the exercise, but he's struggling with the other part of the exercise. And so we could either just leave it as is, and he will be happy, and I would be sad. This is the teacher speaking, right? Or we can try to really fix that section of the exercise, and I would be happy, but he will be sad. Now, I cannot tell you how silly this whole logic is, okay? And it's actually very, very, very harming to the learning process. This whole you'll make you sad for trying harder. First of all, I mean, what? Second of all, this whole we can leave it as is, but I'll be sad. Highly problematic. My eyebrows were all over the place, and if you know me, these eyebrows say a lot. So, of course, I had to have a chat with said teacher and explain that it's not appropriate to really put things in these sorts of emotional ways. And look, we would be consciously or subconsciously leveraging something that children do by default. Children, as a survival mechanism, are trying to make sure they don't piss off the adults. And children can be provocative, which is great, and children can be challenging, which is great. But at the end of the day, they're not trying to piss you off. They're not trying to disappoint you. They're not trying to let you down. If they look up to you, even if minimally, as an authority figure or an aspirational figure, they're trying to prove themselves to you. So when you say something like that, that's really, really, really harming from a perspective of intrinsic motivation. Because we all, some people more than others, do rely a little bit on extrinsic motivation. Meaning, we look at the feedback the world gives you and whether it's working or not for you. But we're assessing based on that feedback. And that eventually, if nurtured correctly, becomes intrinsic motivation. So you outline your own goals and you pursue them. And then you still kind of read the room, if you know what I'm saying. So, teachers, don't put it like that. Okay, now let's get into the solutions to the problem. Because I don't make these videos just to rant and vent about things that happen in my life or that I observe. I want to also provide some sort of solutions. Number one, really become aware whether you're using this type of language. That's number one. You have to be self-critical, not self-deprecating, but self-critical in regards to what type of language am I using when I'm trying to motivate my students. Number two, definitely make a point with yourself to not use this trade-off language. Even if it's not emotional, it's always emotional. And what that means is that if you're saying, I'll be really proud of you if, no, you'll be really proud of yourself if. That's the goal. I'm here to support that goal. And I'll be proud of you regardless. I'll be proud of you if you quit because you're standing up for yourself. Hey, maybe that's what you need to do. Maybe you need to quit. But what do you feel if you quit? What will you feel if you quit? Is it relief? Is it... Because if it's relief, maybe that's not a good reason to quit. Maybe we just need to understand what's causing the pressure. And you help them navigate those feelings. But don't make it about you. Okay? Make it about them and their journey. Okay? Finally, hey, be direct. This is really important. Be direct with your students. If they are struggling with a section of an exercise, just tell them that they are struggling with a section of an exercise. Break it down into small chunks of information, right? Don't go on weird tangents that have nothing to do with the exercise that they are struggling with. It's only going to overwhelm them more. Now they're confused about the portion of the exercise you're referring to, and also confused as to why you're bringing up all sorts of unrelated subjects. Okay? Be direct, be succinct, be able to break things down. Make sure they are understanding each step of that process. Ask them to explain it back to you. Have them involved in the process. Don't just keep on, marching on and teach, when really you should be focused on, are they learning? All right? Less teaching, more learning. I'll leave it at that.